Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, you beautiful souls. How the devil are you? Hope you have all had a wonderful weekend. I hope the weather is treating you lovely. In fact, when this wedding comes out, when this video comes out, I'll just return from my wedding. So, yes, my better half's sister is getting wedded. That time somebody made a good woman out of her. Too late. Anyway, where are we? We are on the M6 heading through Birmingham, just north of Spaghetti Junction. It's quite normal. Everyone's playing silly buggers. Everyone's trying to jump in front of each other. There is a 60-mile/hour speed limit to maintain air quality, which they could easily achieve by opening up the M6 toll and making it free! But we're not here to talk about that. There's things we need to discuss about the industry later. So, where are we going? We're going to Colwyn Bay again. Same gear as we took out last time, but for a completely separate customer at a completely separate address. It just seems to be the way it's gone. It's just funny it's Colwyn Bay. So yeah, but it's not going to be cloudy and horrible and rainy like it was last time. Hopefully we'll get a nice little sunshine on the old A55 on the coast. Sorry, pardon me. I had a roll over hot dog for breakfast. Does that make me a scumbag? So yeah, so no, it's hopefully it'll be quite a nice day. Now it might be one of those one and done sort of jobs, but my boss did tell me he was trying to secure a reload out of Manchester heading down to Wembley for tomorrow morning. So yeah. But why didn't I go out last night? I actually set off from the yard this morning. I actually stayed in the yard last night. Now, I had a reasonably easy day yesterday. I had to go from the yard up to Milton Keynes, load up 2 stillages and a pallet. Literally, that was the lot. And then take that down to Victoria in central London. Tip those, reload with empty stillages, and take them back to Milton Keynes. Okay? Sounds pretty easy, that. Not a bad job at all. Boring, if anything. No. The job itself was easy, apart from on my paperwork it said I was booked in at 11 and I was actually, matter of fact, booked in at midday. It's by the by. But they got me in early, which is fair play. They got me in about 11:30, quarter to 12ish. And, offloaded the empty ones. In fact, they were quick enough. They actually offloaded the stillages I had. I actually took the stillages I had back empty. So, pretty good job. Right there at 12:15. Now, if anybody knows London, I would know that from Victoria to Park Lane is no distance. Literally, you go up Grosvenor, round Hyde Park Corner, and then you're on Park Lane. It is as simple as that. It literally, a mile with that. Not even that, I don't think. That took me 45 minutes. Yeah. Because of the Jubilee, God bless her, Madge. Constitution Hill, going down to Buckingham Palace is shut. Thank you, Luke. Obviously the Mall's shut as well, but there's no access to trucks. So obviously traffic in that part of the world is obviously all being forced down Victoria Street, down to Parliament Square. Problem is with that, they shut the Victoria Gyratory down to one lane. You've got all that extra traffic trying to, now that, it's a weird junction, that one. Sometimes it runs freely, but most of the time it runs freely heading back out of Victoria, heading back towards Hyde Park Corner. But all the time when you're trying to first get into there, it's a bit of a nightmare. But all that traffic, M1 was screwed, the M25 was screwed. So by the time I got to Camberley to load this up, when I was supposed to be sort of getting part way with it, I was hoping to make Whitchurch. I was on 8 hours 10 minutes driving, just about to get enough to get me back to the yard. And obviously, even if I broke into a 10, I wasn't going to make any progress. So yeah, not a good day, not a good day. So yes, that's the reason why we're taking it out this morning. You don't have to be there till 10 though, to be fair. Still had to get up at 3:30 this morning though. So yeah, not a bad day really. So yeah, hopefully we get this Manchester one in as well. This is a MOffet job. I don't know exactly where we're going. We're going to a place called, well, it's spelled L-L-A-I-N, but I believe they call that Findari. I think that's how you pronounce that in Welsh. So yeah, anyway, onwards and upwards. Let's see if we can get through the M6 at Birmingham without writing my own obituary notice. Nice little run up with not too many complications. Bit busy around Birmingham, but that's Birmingham. Well, you saw that earlier actually. Forgot why I started this video. So yeah, we're actually about to drive past where we delivered the other week. Honestly, this place is a police station. But yeah, so I've done a bit of Googling actually. So we had a bit of a half-hour break. Done a bit of Googling. And where I think my address is actually slightly wrong. Puts me vaguely in the right direction, but I actually need to be on Lansdowne Road, I think. Can we go? Pull. There we go. So yeah. Oh yeah, I haven't told you about the breakdown yet. We'll talk about that later. So yeah, what happened for the next junction? In a quarter of a mile. Could put me closer to the road, wouldn't it? Yeah, well. So yeah, I'll tell you about the breakdown later. Forgot about that. It was all over Instagram. Link down below. Right. No. Turn left onto Bloomin It's one of these roads again. In a quarter of a mile, arrive at. Although to be fair, this isn't the tightest of roads I've been down recently. I think I need to turn left here. If I'm brutally honest with you. We're probably about to really mess ourselves up, but... Oh, sorry. In front of somebody there, got my tree. Oh, we're getting parked up yet. Say I have been wrong before. Okay. Right, yeah. ourselves back right again. Yeah, I had gone wrong. Ah, now you're right where I wanted to be to turn into here. Oh, I might still be able to do it. That's my SamK. I think I'm actually meant to be there. I just don't know. Let's just find somewhere to moor up and give the customer a bell. Oh, I think I just saw their van. Yeah, let's moor up here quickly and we'll give the customer a quick bell. Why is there always a car? Whenever I go to Wales, there's always just a car next to me. There's more up around here. Oh, the bread's going to get a workout today. Oh. Home is where your handbrake works? Oh, I think it's back there, but I don't know. Turns out my hunch was correct. It was on the corner of that road. I just went a bit too far down it. But the engineers are in Wetherspoons at the moment, having a bit of brekking. I'm half hour early, to be fair, so can't really knock that. I just said, take your time, mate. Don't you worry about me. I'm in no rush. Well, I'm sure I am. I'm sure my boss has got me in some sort of rush, but that was a very low trip. Oh well, I'll prune it for them. Because I'm kind like that. Oh, the hills in Wales. Come on, clutch. What do you think? Oh. Yeah, I'm not actually accelerating at the moment. Quick look at the clock. Oh, change gear, for goodness sake. Lovely, right. You did say there is a container there, so there, I have to look out for that. On the corner. Ah! Hello! That's where it's supposed to be. And I'm guessing they would have all through that little gap. But I'm guessing that's a loading place there. But I'll put your pull up here. Is that a loading place? Yeah, but I'm going to block and everything if I park there. No, it's so bad all the time. Shut him up. That's back a little bit. Why has it always got to be on a hill? Well, that's where it's going anyway. Going in dark, so that'll do me. Cool, so we actually did drive past it. Yeah, it's not very well signposted, but I did drive past the container, but I was looking the other way, so my hunch was correct, I just went the wrong side of the road. Alright, let's get the shit off.
Here's one for the lonely hearts, for the ones that fear the dark. You better run out of here. Bet you can't look the other way. Here's one for the broken road. The only one you know, you better run out, truth or dare. Get me out, take me anywhere but here. Oh, anywhere but here. for the lonely hearts, for the ones that fear the dark. You better run out of here. Bet you can't look the other way. Here's one for the broken road.
All tipped. That was a tight little gateway, wasn't it? Yeah. Not a bad little job that. I always enjoy doing those lift shots because I've got to know the engineers quite well. I need to turn you off. Well, actually, no, I'm going to leave you on because you're going to get me to the 55. Basically, we have some orders. Quite strange orders. Basically, we might have a job out of Manchester. He said Carrington's, which I'm guessing he means Carrington's Business Park, which is just sort of nestled between the M62 and the M56, if my memory serves. Shut you up. But we don't know if it's on yet. But I've also got another job tomorrow, apparently, out of where is it? Sandy, sort of Bedfordshire area, just south of St Neots. Apparently, I've just been sent the paperwork through for it. So we'll see how that goes, because that is a bit, you know, there's a bit two places at once. But that's going down to Kent apparently. So yeah, I don't know. So he basically said, start making my way back up to the 56. Give him another ring around Chester. I'll have to wait and see. I don't know. I really don't know. It's all this mouthing. Why am I speaking in this accent? I can't really do it that well. We have some orders. We're no longer collecting out of Manchester. But we're going to be running empty to Sandy. That mean LNX? I thought they went bust. Sorry. Yeah, we're heading down to Sandy in Bedfordshire's. But it looks like there's room to park up out of there side there overnight. So screw it, we're going to do that. Upset with it, but the thing is, it's in Dilwyn Industrial Estate. It looks like it's right next to a new build housing estate. So yeah, we'll never know. Might upset some residents. But I do need to find some food, otherwise it's pot noodle for one's victuals this evening. So yeah, find a little shop on the way. Actually, I know exactly where I'm going to go get some grub. So yeah, well, do I get the stove out and have steak tonight? I don't know. I don't know. I would ask you guys, but you can't talk to me. Well, leave in the comments what you think I should have had. So yeah, I could have a nice microwavable meal, some more variety, but it tastes like cardboard. Or I could have steak and obviously microwavable chips. Pepper, I've got some salt and some oil. A bit of cab cooking. But I wouldn't cook in the cab anyway, I'd sit outside and do it. Lovely day. Yeah. But yeah. And once we collect that, it's going down to Tonbridge apparently, so down to Kent. Yeah. Northwest to the southeast. There's a title. Very good. Very nice. That's all me parked up. I did a naughty thing. Yeah, I was talking about, hey, should we get steak or should we get a microwavable meal? What should we do for dinner tonight? No, I just drove straight in. I'll order the Subway. So that'll be here in the next hour or so. Yeah, but I am going to move the truck later. Crane Park's here. I'm out of the way. And but if that was my garden, I wouldn't be happy about it. So yes, what I'm going to do is move over there once all the cars are out of the way. Nice. I am a considerate lorry driver, and I do respect other people's privacy at the end of the day. So yeah, you know, I wouldn't want it. So, yeah. Plus, it just saves any complaints and any bad feeling. So, I'm starving. Can't wait for the subway to get here. Good morning, everybody. Lovely night's sleep. Apart from somebody throwing stuff in somebody else's bin at like 11 o'clock last night. That's by the by. Plus, my fridge decided that it didn't want to work anymore. But that's by the by. Yeah. Not a bad little load. Can't strap over the top of it, but it's well bolted down, so strap the pad down. Done. Right, we were meant to be here at 8 o'clock this morning. It's currently 7:45 and we are leaving. You know, somebody's just parked their car right while we're going to turn around. That's not going to be. Oh, come on. You're being so good as well. No, we'll soon sort that. What we'll have to do is quickly pull up and that's going to be told. What's else? The problem is with these little estates, so many parked cars because so many people work on them. Please give me a break. Oh wow, now you've got the plan. Right. What we do, pull up here. Let's let the engine warm up a little bit. This truck's developed a bit of a misnomer recently that when it falls down, comes up with this. Issue fixed. Just got to let her warm up for a second. She doesn't want to rush. That's a 7.5 ton weight limit down there, sat there. Oh dear, tell you what, I think they've only recently put all these weight limits in Sandy, because that's nowhere any of them are. I won't lie, I had a bit of fun trying to get here yesterday. Because I pulled up in the town and I was like, right, industrial estate that way, and it was like, no. The sign said no. So yeah. Oh well, we'll crack on and that fly can go now. You go! Wow, the window's literally over there. I'm just going to open the windows. Not a chance. Ah, go away! Warm. But yeah, it's going to be like 28 degrees today apparently. So that'll do me. Yeah, about 11 o'clock last night. Got woken up by somebody throwing rubbish in one of the bins. It's obviously a bin that he wasn't supposed to be throwing rubbish into. And yeah, it was yeah. They were getting it in there. That's for damn sure. They were getting it in there. And I went for a little walk yesterday. I was on the fields and stuff like that. It was very civilised. Very, very civilised. But anyway, once we got this tipped off, I'll tell you about my breakdown. Oh, had to keep viewers. Bad little run around the M25. Bit of traffic on the A1, bit of diesel at South Mims, bit of coffee. Lovely. Now we're busy doing Kent County Council out of the job. Because, yeah, it's just lane after lane again. What I've been doing a lot of that recently is lanes. Especially the other week when I was on a day work for a very, very, very popular telecom supplier delivering to place it up. You know, one of those days you wish you recorded, but I don't like recording multi-drop because it just takes, well, that, yeah. Bit too much hassle. Oh, look at that, an old pillbox. Don't be able to see it, it's just over there. In the middle of the field. Yeah, nice. But yeah. Yeah. Lots of whining about holding up cars. And when we get to this place, there's a bit more room in it, like. Which we shall have to wait and see. Yeah, nobody seems to want to give way. See the truck coming, so I'm just going to sit in the centre of the road. Yep, nice one, cheers for that. 2 miles, that's fine. Yeah, I've had to go a bit of a detour because I've had to already avoid another low bridge. So... bit of building work going on around here, and temporary lights. Of course there's temporary lights, I've just started recording. Of course I'm going to sit at some traffic lights. Don't worry, mate, I've already done the trees. Oh dear. Councils. Love them. Right, so apparently we're nearly here. We are looking for that one. Apparently we're here. Looking for Lever's Estate. By the way, all these people going on about how there's insects are all dying off and stuff like that. Just take a look at the front of my windscreen. Apparently we're here. That can't be it. That will be it there. Well, that's not going to be awkward at all. Shut that up. Well, that was tight. Well, that's what I'm delivering to there. Deliveries and reception. Around the corner. Well, where can I plonk myself when I'm out of that skip lorry's way? I'm going to plonk myself over here. I'll be able to turn around here. Yeah, if I plonk myself here, you should still be able to get around me. I should be able to offload the thing. Alright, let's go make contact with the people. Right, let's squirrel my way out of here. If it weren't for those traffic lights there, I would just reverse out on the road, but that's not going to be a possibility. Oh, I should be able to just about squirt around past that post into there. There we go. Ah, there goes option number 2, single BMW then. Go on, any gear, thank you truck. nice day. See. Yeah, gave him a quick hand to get that plate in there for him because I'm a nice guy. Oh. Right, wait here for a second. That's going to be awkward to get in and out of. Because if those barriers there and then that fence there, yeah, this ain't great. We've got to get out. Problem is, where that, I can't even sort of clip the corner there because that's where that hole begins. Oh my god. What a joke, what an absolute joke. Ah, crap. Situation like this, it's important to remain calm and if people start beeping you, then screw them. Oh, come on! How on earth did I get in here? And now I'm square one. Oh, well, we'll go all the way back and wait for my light. How on earth am I getting out of here? Yeah, but that's where the hole starts. Nice man, I don't know what his plan is, but he seems to have one. Ah, I see what he's going to do. Get my front. If I get my front axle over, mate, you might just have to move that plate to where my Yeah. Oh, cry! It looks a lot worse from up here. That does. Oh, goodbye, tyre. Oh, we're out of there. Jesus. And we have a Mr. Dutchman with his trailer half hanging out on the other side of the road. Place, an awkward place to have a set of temporary traffic lights. Awkward place to have a place to deliver to. Alright, so where are we headed? We're heading back to the yard. Right. So we are back on the A21, heading back to the yard. Nothing else on, should be back in the yard. Well, no, I have to have a half-hour break. Well, the traffic's going to kill me, so yeah, we're about half one-ish, if all going well. But yeah, I'm sure my boss will find something else for me to do. But yeah, so the breakdown. So last Thursday, I believe it was. If you looked at my Instagram, you'd have seen my little video. Ooh, what have you found, girl? What have you found? What's this? What's this down there? You found a penny. Oh, there you go, truck. There you go. You can have the penny. Well done. And yeah, I'm on multi-job work for a big telecom supplier. Okay, so delivering to new build housing estates most of the time. So I get to this housing estate, and I've actually gone to the wrong part of the housing estate. I get to the gate man, he goes, "Oh no, you're on the wrong bit, drive." Happens all the time. Nobody's ever too fussed because they know that the signage is crap. So I get there, gets the game, turn the engine off. And I noticed that it was running a bit warm coming off the M27. I was basically down by Botley near Southampton. Oh, it's running a bit warm, but it was a hot day. So I was like, I think I feel a bit, and I was quite heavy as well. I was heading to my first drop. And yeah, so I guess I turned the engine off. Witter, you're in the wrong place. Okay, is it right for turn around? Yep, sure. Turn the engine back on, start turning around, comes up low coolant level. That's a new one. So I got out of the way, pulled up down the street a little bit, still on that same housing estate, mind. Engine off, open the bonnet, and I start unscrewing the expansion tank cap slowly, because obviously there's going to be a lot of pressure in there. So I start undoing it slowly, letting out bits of pressure. And I noticed there's no pressure coming out of it at all. I'm like, well, it's not a hate gasket there. Looked in it, bone dry, absolutely bone dry. Look towards the back of the expansion tank, oil and coolant everywhere. I'm like, oh my god. So anyway, check the oil, it's on minimum, and I'd filled it 2 days previously. Not from minimum, sort of just like halfway between minimum and full, but okay, I topped it up. And yeah, it was down on minimum again. I was like, that ain't right. So I reached boss and I go, look, I'm going to have to tilt the cab, have a look, but I personally think that the oil cooler's gone. Because that's the only thing I can think of that would excrete that amount of coolant and oil all at once. So I tilts the cab over. As a look, there's literally the back of the engine's bone dry, but the front of the engine is dropping. None of it on the floor though, which I thought was a bit weird. It just seemed to all stuck to the engine cowling in the front of the engine. So I had to be recovered. There was no driving it anymore. If I was to drive it, I'd kill it. So yeah, it had to be recovered. First time that I've ever been recovered since passing my test. Well, I was recovered with my dad a couple of times when I was a kid, but never with my own truck, so to speak. So yeah, got back. They took the cab over themselves. They said, well, the mechanic was actually like, well done. If you carried on, you would have killed it. I went, really? He went, well, I just fired it up just to move it in here quickly, and look at the amount of oil that's just pissed all over the ground. It was everywhere. So I'm guessing it cooling down sort of expanded whatever hole or made a crack worse or something. I don't know where it blew, but all I know is replaced by the Friday, and I went and picked it up Saturday morning. Not bad little job. So yeah, poor old thing. And before all of you start going, oh my god, but that's such a typical DAF thing to happen. Scanias need turbos changing every 300,000 kilometres, and this is currently on 450,000 kilometres, still on the original turbo. So yeah, nice. Good old girl. She's been worked hard. For 450,000 Ks, and that's its first ever major issue. I mean, it's had little AdBlue dosing malfunctions, but it's the first time it hasn't been able to get me back to the yard. Good truck, but I'm going to talk to my boss. So here's a little bit exclusive for you. So when that blew, obviously recovery cost him 500 quid, the part was how much over money, and obviously the labour. And obviously, you know, steam cleaning the engine bay, which is now very clean, by the way. I'll keep it that way. He has started making murmurings about this old girl being put out to pasture. He doesn't know whether he's going to part exit or keep it as a spare. If he doesn't keep it as a spare, if it was to get me a new truck, I'd want this gone. I wouldn't want to see it ever again, because I know what the other drivers in our firm are like, and she can get wrecked. So at the moment. I sent him a link to a 26-ton XF space cab with a MOffet kit. Same height but longer body. And he's considering it. Anyway, I'll say no more than that. Anyway, I'll end the video here, guys. There's nothing else more to do, really. So please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I shall see you in the next one. Stay safe and stay well.